Hello everybody, so today I will talk about calculus. The topic today is about differential equation. So now I will show you how to answer. This is about Bernoullis equation. So I will put about v equals to first derivative of y, and if I do first derivative for the both sides, you got about dv over ds equals to second derivative. And now I will put this one go in here. This one is about v. This one is about v. This one is about dv over ds. Now about y in here. So in this situation, we know that dv over ds we can write on this way: dv over dy multiplied by dy over ds. So dy over ds, that is about this one in here. Dy over ds we change for v. So in this situation, I will change this one like this. And now we just have y and v in here. We divide both sides by v. Next, 2v minus 2 go to the left, y dy will go to the right, and then you will got about dv over 2v minus 2 equal to dy over y. Later that we do the integration for the both sides. And this one you will got about number 1 over 2 ln of the absolute value of 2v minus 2. This one you got about ln of the absolute value of y, and we put about c in here. So we multiply both sides by number 2. We know that 2c is about a constant, so that means this one you got about constant. Now we need to use about e for the both sides. This one you got about the absolute value of 2v minus 2. This one you got about, we can put number 2 go inside the natural log in here. And you got about the absolute value of y to the power of 2. E to the power of c, you got about c. Because c can be about positive or negative, so we can cancel the absolute value for the both sides, and you got about 2v minus 2 cy squared. Next, so we put negative number 2 go to the right, and we divide both sides by number 2. This one you got about 1. C divided by 2, you got about constant, so you got about cy squared. Now about v, that's about this one. So this one we got about dy over ds. So the s will go to the right, cy squared will go, cy squared plus 1 will go to the left. Now we put the integration for the both sides. Now I will concentrate about this one. We need to use about integration by trigonometric substitution. So I will put about y equal to 1 over the square root of c, and we have tan t, because if we put this one go in here, you got about 1 over c tan t square. We simplify c, and tan t square plus 1 we change for secant of t square, and later that we simplify dy. We do first the derivative for the both sides, and you got about secant of t square dt. So we put this one go in here, dy we change for this one. This one we got about 1 over c tan t square. C and c we simplify. And this one you got about secant of t square. We simplify secant of t square on numerator and denominator. And we got about t over the square root of c. And in this situation, I will put about c number 1. To distinguish our c number 2, because we have 2 constants in here. About t, that's about this one. So we multiply by the square root of c. And we got about t equal to r tan of this one. So we put this one to replace for t. And now c in here, that's about c number 1. Now we return back to this one. After we do this integration, we got about this one in here. And this one you got about s. Now we go back in here, we have this one. So first derivative we got about from here. So we have first derivative when s equal to number 0, y equal to first derivative of y equal to number 2. So I will concentrate this one first. So y in here is about number 1 when s equal to number 0. So c number 2 and the square root of c number 1 we can put on the right. And you got about negative c number 2 multiplied by the square root of c number 1. Next, when they put s equal to number 0, 0 in here, so first derivative is about number 2. Original function is about number 1. We can find about c number 1 in here. And number 1 will go to the left, and we got about C number 1. That's about number 1 in here, so I change C into C number 1. So after we got C number 1 equal to number 1, so this one you got about 1, this one you got about 1, 2, and now arctan of number 1 is about B over 4. So C number 2 equal to negative B over 4. And now we need to return back to this one. So C1 is about 1. C2 is about negative B over 4. And now we need to simplify. This is about arctan of Y. So we put negative B over 4 go to the right. And later that we put the tan for the both sides. And this one you got about Y, and that's the final answer. This is the end. Thank you for watching.